Okay, let me check this. Yeah, we stopped for a couple of days. I had to recover, look at some other things that interest me, but yeah, we're back. This does interest me and I want to keep the momentum up. It's kind of like, I don't know, watching a Hazel video or something. It's like, oh god, what horrors am I going to find today? It's interesting, but it's kind of a big ask. But for you people, I'll do it. I know some of you enjoy this stuff and it hurts when there's no video for a bit. I get that. I look at YouTube sometimes and I just think, well, a lot of the time, and I think, what could possibly interest me here? So I've been reading manga and stuff last few days. I've been reading Gunslinger Girl. That's a great one. A lot of great, just great detail in guns and stuff. They really, you can tell they appreciate them. I wrote about it, how it's all about objectification and like the styling on the cover, the kind of like sterile, detached, impersonal way girls are presented alongside guns. It's like, you're meant to admire them, but not in the same way. Interesting note about Gunslinger Girl, they're almost always wearing a lot of clothing that kinda tells you what kind of work it is. Anybody who says it's perverted doesn't get it. I mean, it's perverted as far as, like, genuine objectification is, which is a very uncommon thing. Sorry, that's my other interests creeping into this video. I do mean to talk about Halo, not just blog generally about video games. I could do videos that are basically just like me doing a DVDR, just any random game that's interested me lately, and I just talk about what's going on in my head for 30 minutes, but no, this is the Halo series, so we're going to get back to Halo. Just, you can tell when someone really likes something and how they present it is the thought I'll leave you with there. And is this gun a project of passion, do you think, or is this some guy thinking like, yeah, they like the Halo CE gun, let's do that but make it different so people associate it with me, not them. Anyway, we're in this torn up ship. Marginally interesting. But what I'll say is, we've spent very little time in an intact ship to really appreciate the difference of, you know, what a Halo 4 ship looks like. We were in a derelict, the first one, a derelict from the era of Halo 3, which is redesigned inside to look like Halo 4, because I hate these people. Now we're in a Halo 4 station, but it's all in pieces, and yeah, just like, if I walked through this whole station at the start of the game or something, I might appreciate this more. Now, this just begs to be jumped through, but will anything happen? Okay, that's funny. That's the most charming detail I've seen just about all game. That I can kill myself by diving through that. Really? We have to watch this intro again? Well, if you forgot how we started, here you go. We're looking for some kind of relic, or I don't remember at all. The Covenant, they've taken over the landing bays. Yes, that's what I was thinking of talking about today. How interesting the Covenant are, and how I believe that just within Halo CE, this is kind of more of an argument for Joseph Staten actually knew what Halo was about all along. That, like, after Halo CE, they didn't have too much interest in exploring the Marines in the UNSC, like they consider them done, or at least not as much to do with them. And then Halo 2 becomes the Covenant story, very explicitly in the sense of like, what are they, why are they a Covenant, what are the dynamics going on here, and how does that all play out? I'm pretty sure it's Joseph Staten who says this in various bits of behind-the-scenes footage, that Halo 2 was like, he was something to the effect of story lead, story developer. The titles they give themselves aren't 100% accurate, like Marty O'Donnell is credited as the music guy, but he was kind of a big overall direction contributor, for example. But anyway, yes, Joseph Staten says like, yeah, we kinda like pushed Chief to the side and Halo 2 becomes the Arbiter's game. And when they wrote Halo 2, there was only meant to be 2 Halos, so it's kind of like, okay, where does Halo go? We introduce the UNSC and kind of give you the gist of who they are, and then we really play things out by exploring the Covenant. That woman just said like, oh, the Covenant have this place. Why are they the Covenant if that like broke at the end of Halo in like a very big unfixable way in Halo 3, well really, in Halo 2 the Covenant shatters. They fall into a civil war because their ideology and their religion just isn't holding, and the different factions of the Covenant are just trying to kill each other. They've all broken apart. It's very interesting and compelling. Halo 2 is great, not so much to mess around in like CE, but it's as like a Call of Duty campaign experience. Halo 2 is really, really good for that, I think. It's a lot of big dramatic stuff happening. Oh, hey, Marines. I guess the ones in black are security guards of some kind. Anyway, we can elaborate more on that if it comes to mind. So this is a level with a handful of these guys, maybe. But it looks like they just want them all to die for drama. Oh, look, scientists. It's like Reach, I can save people. That's a kind of entertaining, almost myth-like detail, like NPCs who just like scream and die. But, you know, in Halo Reach it was done pretty compellingly, like it's just a situation falling apart so bad that like random guys are running around and they aren't like the objective, like they're just almost certainly doomed. They're just like living set dressing who can be sent flying by grenades. Oh look, I actually saved 2 of them. Do you have anything to say? No, but good job running. Was this guy running with him? I don't know, but as I said earlier, this armor design, he's still dressed like all the other ones, but if you make it all like black or blue, it's not as bad. The colors are doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Now, yes, the Covenant. They're a really interesting idea, just like genuinely, Halo's story was quite good, much better just than people give it credit for, really taken for granted, and yeah, without the Covenant, that's kind of like the heart of Halo very much ripped out, not just in the sense of like, oh, it's meant to be there because it was there, but like, yeah, they're kind of the half of the thematic weight of the story. Like, this doesn't really go anywhere without them. Like, who are these people if they're not elements of the Covenant? Now they're just like, you know, they're just orcs and goblins. Like, who is this guy? Why is he fighting us? Does he have anything going on? The setup for this story is quite absurd, where, like, in just one, like, line mid-mission, it's like, oh, they're working for the Promethean Knights now, but I don't know if it was established in a line I wasn't listening to because I was ranting about how disgusted I am with all of this. Did they explain what these Covenant were doing before they decided they work for the new OC character faction? Like, why was there this giant ship that just kind of like showed up and decided it was pissed off at us? And its crew then became Promethean Knight underlings in the... what is it? The Didact's plan to... who the hell cares? And there's a Halo ring, but it's got like an ugly drab color scheme and no ethereal glow to its edges, and just a very cluttered visual, like, oh, there's asteroids, there's 5 billion stars, there's a color splotch. It's not a clean impression of space like the first game. The first game, though, it wasn't just like a black void with pinpricks of light like Gunbuster. I do like that space. It's not that, though, but it still feels good. It feels restrained and thought out and balanced with the colors, very tasteful. While this just looks busy, drab, and garish at the same time, I don't know, it's like Halo, the rest of Halo 4. Now, we're in a big hangar sequence, a lot like things like this. There's a good series of fights in rooms like this in Halo 2, but the way they were set up, you like enter from a catwalk up high with a perspective like this, and you can see everything that's going on and kind of mentally lay out the scene, all the different dynamic parts, and kind of build a mental model of it before moving in. And nothing like that happens here. We just kind of get thrown in, and this whole big room doesn't really even work as an arena, as much as I feel like certain that while making this game they had like a big whiteboard with the word combat arenas written on it. Like, no, they haven't done that well though. Like, these don't work as game spaces, and they don't really thrill me as like environmental storytelling, like living Halo scenery things either. Like, this ship is just an ugly mess to look at. This whole scene is just absurd. This is kind of... Oh, hey, it's, another Marine guy. I doubt he's gonna last long. These scenes all feel so faultlessly arranged with, like, where Marines show up and what they're doing. The old Halo games, it feels very, like, you can describe a scene, like, as a, like, scenario laid out, like, oh, that particular room has, like, 3 Marines over here, and they come into contact with, like, 2 elites and however much else over there, and it'll tend to play out like this, you can do whatever. This feels very much more like a bunch of shit just kind of dropped as I'm encountering it. Not in a good, natural way, but, like, everything is just, like, a mess with no real thought for, like, staging. Like, what's going on right now? I pull up to this, like, one thing here, and just ships pull up over there, and they drop off these guys in this, like, tower defense runway before me and this one Marine. And there's a machine gun down there. Am I meant to be grabbing that? Was I not meant to come up here? I don't know. I guess there's a DMR, so the idea here is that I was meant to go up here and fight with this guy. His weird hunching pose as well doesn't feel quite right for a video game character, but I get that, like, him standing perfectly upright would look probably worse with what they're going for. It goes back to what I said where Halo CE Marine could get away with, like, unnatural actions that suited his overall level of detail. Like, Halo CE, a Marine just, like, stands upright normally with his shoulders back while firing his gun. Like, it's kind of like he's just in a regular standing and holding it position, but just starts firing. And I find that quaint, it's very video game character. Raise the barricade. Sure, I can get on that. Where'd that Marine... Where'd the elite with the golden... Where'd the gold one with the sword go? There he is. I knew he was around. Didn't think I'd killed him. And there's no real big, like, first you get a sword moment in this game. They've just shown up, like, twice because elites just have such a sheared back roll. But also the Promethean Knights don't have, like, a cool, like, you killed their boss weapon to, like, reward you for, like, winning a big fight. Of course, in, Halo 2, you get your, what are these people saying? Oh, I put this shield up, apparently. Yeah, was that just out into space? Because that Marine before wasn't wearing a mask, neither were those 2 scientists over there. Oh, they're dead. Did they get shot, or did the game just send, like, a kill trigger to them? I don't know. If this were a better staged scene made by a company I respect, I might be interested in, like, running it back to see what happened there. These guys still look terrible. Hey, look, it's another 2 Marines. Yeah, don't break the bank with your budget, guys. I need to only have so much fun. I'm just... Sorry if I'm low energy tonight, I'm just depressed by this game almost immediately. Here's these 2, like, ugly, low energy Marines who still can't be animated right to match their detail. There's an elite. He holds the turret with one hand, which makes him look bulkier and more retarded. I guess that's just what they want elites to be now. They're brutes, but they're still elites because this company is dumb. There's that animation again. I'm curious to watch these guys, see if they'll ever do anything interesting. Oh well. Let's grab another one of these. At least on this level, I probably won't have to use Promethean Night Gear. I say that and then watch one of those bastards teleport in. Yeah, those 2 Marines, are they coming? Yay! Maybe something funny will happen. Oh, 2 more, now it's a party. Yeah, I'd like it if something like this was near the start of the game, a more elaborate scene where different parts of all their new... Yeah, I was gonna say, all of the different parts of the 343 aesthetic could have been allowed to just like bounce off of each other in a not too out there space where they can create lots of controlled, tight situations, like the ship in the first game, basically, and the station in Halo 2. Like, a human facility means you can just make lots of like functional square rooms and fill them with lots of allies to make the fights easy. And it's a way to create cool and dynamic scenarios because, you know, it's got two sides fighting and so on. Okay, these guys got their cue to stop following me, they're just gonna wait there. Fine. But, like, does this really grab me as like a cool... Is this good use of the idea of like, okay, this is the level where you fight inside the big human spaceship or station or whatever? What's the premise of this whole big room? We kind of arc around the whole side and work our way up here and just... Nothing really cool happened, like, what was the big centerpiece moment when we're behind a rail up there and we play tower defense as they just land there and there? That's just not exciting me. There's cooler stuff. The main reason the Pillar of Autumn is cooler is because it throws way more into things like... You are constantly running into like 5 Marines fighting like 10 Covenant or something. And like, yeah, because there's 5 Marines, you're not having too hard a time, but the point is just to be a cool scene, isn't it? Ivanov Station. Alright. Yeah, we're looking for the composer, I forgot about that. Thruster pack. Shotgun. That was the gayest effect ever. And we're probably like 3/4 through the game, they just gave me that thing like, yeah, here's your late game power up, bro. Wow, that guy does no damage. I have no idea what just happened when I tried to thrust a pack. The idea, I suppose, is that I'm like skating past him and I'm meant to like do a cool cinematic like, whoa, he just like shot past him and then kills him with one shotgun blast, but it's just like it doesn't work. When is that ever going to be useful? How depressingly crap. How does this work? How lame.
Cortana, door controls.
Tilson's inside the door over there.
Yeah, we've got a bit happening here, but are you as uninterested as I am? Oh, what's that? Yeah, could this look less like it belongs in Halo? Sticky detonator. Hey, do you guys want to see what a sticky detonator does?
It's attached to me.
She doesn't seem too fussed considering the circumstances. Yeah, I'm at that point of the game now. I just don't care, I don't like any of these people. Oh god, there are logs. Fuck off.
While the survey crews examining Gamma Halos may be what pass for experts at ONI now, they are woefully out of their league for a task of this scale. There has been one somewhat star-studded discovery. One of the team has opened a device remarkably similar to the AI Matrix computer, currently in use by the UNSC. Seeing as how I designed that particular compiler, this finding, needless to say,
Yeah, that's enough of that. I gave them a chance. Could not be less interested. Of course, it doesn't help that I know this amounted to nothing.
Why all this is happening.
Dead game
To
continuity
be
and all
honest,
that.
my objectivity isn't doing me a whole lot
We'll
of good
listen to
right
this
now.
one.
Hold on. I'll start us down.
Dr.
Device you
Tilson.
recovered was a forerunner weapon.
I don't like this introducing
Man,
of
that shit
characters
looks
who
bad.
we're just meant to act like we care. Her,
What's it bad?
Lasky, you just give a name to
You
someone.
don't think you can remove... It can't leave the station. You know that, right?
We don't have any choice, Doctor.
It's not a matter of choice. It took 3 months. And the biggest starship the UNSC could throw at it just to relocate it here.
God, that looks dumb.
Unless you're a lot stronger than you look. It's not going anywhere.
Can you give Cortana access to the station's supply manifest?
What for?
If we can't move the composer, we have to make sure the Didact can't either.
Oh, wait. We have years of work invested here.
Inventory lists 7 excavation-grade Havoc mines. Just one of those would turn this base into a piñata.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Keep routing your people to the evac centers. Once we take care of the composer, you won't have much time.
This is moving.
I'll make sure the nukes are primed so you can detonate them remotely.
Yeah, this
Maybe next
this
time you rescue
343 OC character, they're going to have some kind of stoic finish. They have to
And give us
show
more
their
time to
integrity and strength of character in their like 1
Next
minute
time.
of screen time. They can't just appear and endear themselves through things that are integrated into the rest of the game. This is very much like a scene that exists solely for Dr. Tilson. The random marine personalities never got their own scenes in the old Halo games. People just like them. Nope. Yeah, this doesn't look Halo either. Like, this color, this texture, this just might be plausible for a spaceship, but this is J.J. Abrams. Okay, there's another guy. 1. Gee, don't let me have too much fun, game. Oh, for fuck's sake, not that again. Well, there's a lot of guys around. That's, maybe there'll be a big battle, but that just doesn't seem to be what this game is into. Okay, now we're just scattered kind of nonsensically. What's going on?
The Covenant shot down the first evac shuttle.
The station should be equipped with outer turrets. If we can
Oh
react,
god,
then I
really?
can program the station's
Log
defenses to
entry?
provide
No.
cover for the
I
evacuation.
refuse.
Okay, I'll send you the coordinates.
What's this guy doing? He's just gonna walk back and forth forever. Like, this whole big room feels like it could be a stage for a good, like, myth fight, but, like, one guy just, like, 100 meters away is standing on his own, and then another one. What can we do with this? Where is this setup going? This is probably the most Marines we're gonna see all game, and I'm not excited. Just nothing interesting has happened with the characters all game, and I don't know, is this meant to be a climax? Because I'm just not feeling it. I bet they're gonna make me drive that fucking thing.
I thought you were the Mantis expert. I know how to use it to haul cargo, not shoot Covenant.
The Watch Commander said he was sending someone down who knew how to use the weapons on these things.
Does that mean me? Do I have to drive this stupid fucking machine again? Is that what makes this a big, exciting moment? I bet it is.
Over here, Spark.
Is this guy wearing more stuff, or is that my imagination?
Officer, seal the door behind me.
Yes, sir.
Seal the door behind me, alright.
Your singular value will be preserved and studied once your composition has been completed.
Fascinating. Yeah, this is like the mammoth level again. I work better alone. You guys all stay behind and have like a cool dynamic time without me while I just go into hallways and fight the goblins. What was my other gun? Oh, right. Who wants to get sticky bombed? Sticky bombed. The way that thing gets loaded, the way he just shoves it on the end like a rifle grenade looks so weird. Also, it seems to fly with more velocity than most, like, things that are actually firing bullets in this fucking game. What has that guy got in his back? Is that meant to be, like, something for space flight? Is that what these guys are all wearing? They look different. I'll give them credit, they dress them up differently, like each kind has their own spacesuit loadout. That's interesting, just, they're still ugly. This is probably the best the jackals have looked in this game. Like, I can't quite see that they've been turned into retarded bird dinosaurs, so... yeah, this still looks in line almost with old jackals. The spines are maybe a bit much all over the back, but this is getting somewhere. Let's see the other ones. Elite. Yeah, like the profile of his head looks more in line with the first game, but oh look, they had to make sure I could see his dumb, ugly, redesigned head through the visor. And the grunts, same thing, like this gross glass you can kind of see through. But like the undersuit details and the new texture of the armor, I'll call this much better. This is probably the only time we're gonna see it. Weird amount of work to put in for this like one detail. Yeah, these animations still feel weird. Oh, I was done with that. Oh, those are scientists. Yeah, again, this feels like a series of scenarios that should be in the first level of a Halo game. Like very like we're in a more familiar human scaled scene and we're running into a lot of people, lots of like cinematically staged stuff is happening. I'm not saying it has to be the start, but it would probably suit the pace of the game a lot better.
Find Dr. Tilson. She'll get you to the evacuation area.
What am I meant to be doing right now? I don't even... yeah, I'm just a bit... what the fuck is my objective? To pick up that? I am so confused. This game is just taking a lot out of me right now. Sorry if I don't have that much to say today. I do just kind of want to see this game unfold, I suppose. We'll just let that drive us forward. The battle net. Let's get him. Again, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. For one, I don't know why they came in the first place if the Covenant is over. And then on top of that, there's the issue of like, why did they become Promethean Knight disciples? I guess it's like, they think that, like, they still hold, like, the superstitions of being the Covenant, we could say, and they thought like, oh wow, the Forerunners are here, that means like he's sacred, he's our Jesus, we have to listen to him. Still, that was very like, quick and vapidly handled, so I know that the real reason is, yeah, they had this 343 OC and everything had to revolve around that and they just didn't give a fuck about anything else is the real answer. They just haven't really, to get us to this new point, which is far worse, they didn't really do anything interesting along the way to make me think like, yeah, this was a result of like developing ideas that existed. They just basically had another game they wanted to make. Well, actually, no, of course, they had a bastardization of Halo they wanted to make. If they had their own idea of a game, that would have been far more admirable and it could have worked. Like, you know, when you have a completely different idea of a game you want to make, but you're bound to another IP, The result can be good. The result can be like Resident Evil 4. This is not the Resident Evil 4 of Halo. This is like, again, this is only comparable to Star Wars 7. Best comparison I can make. All the dynamics are repeated. It's like the first plasma grenade I've stuck all game and he just ran headfirst into me. In addition to flying in like a light, fast way with none of the like cinematic feeling of the old one, they're also far less convenient to use in a way which doesn't feel like tactical or interesting, it just feels like garbage. It's like their own new grenade, it's just like, this is shit, why would I ever want to use this? And the sword lasts for like 3 swings because nothing has ammunition in this game. And grunts go into suicide mode in like 1 hit. Like, I hit 1 grunt in 1 fight and half of them had the grenades out doing the thing. I like that I can see into the things as they're getting dropped off, that's sort of amusing. Oh, that one's like reaching up to the panel, I like that as well, that's a nice detail. Thank you, Cortana. Yeah, he doesn't have a spacesuit, so do they just not need them? I don't know. We'll see if we get to go to space. Are you as just like demoralized with the state of this game as I am? Do we really have that much more to see? I don't know, we'll see it out. Oh man, I can't be like participating in that fight out there, I have to do this. Cortana thinking that as a super intelligence might be interesting, but she's just thinking that as a woman because this is the kind of plot this game has. Why should we save them? Why indeed, Cortana? You gonna follow up on that? Maybe you do in Halo 5, but your answer was so bad they cancelled Halo forever almost. If I look out this window, can I see a real fight happening?
I'm here.
Sort of.
Cortana's bringing the defense grid online now.
Okay, that's it.
I hear it. We'll broadcast the final evac orders.
The nuke?
We're rigging it now.
Hold me, Chief.
Meet us back on the upper platform and we'll help you get it to the artifact.
Yeah, look at these guys, they're having like a zero gravity fight where they float off when they die. Yeah, why do they get to play the real game while I'm stuck up here? This is the most Marines will do anything all game. So let's just watch this. Is this scripted? I don't know. Maybe they just keep sending waves at each other forever. Like, I thought it was just about over, and then another, like, 4 Marines showed up. Look, this game can handle stuff happening at scale. Maybe not super well, this might not look great. Opinions may vary, but even imperfect as this is the most interesting this game has gotten to me. And 343 were probably ashamed of this. They thought, no, what's the heart of this game? We need more of, like, Cortana screaming random Obama-isms at us. If they're actually just going to, like, keep dropping these things off, god, those things look ugly as they close in. All of this just looks like shit. I hate the redesign so much. But yeah, if they just created like an infinite Halo battle generator for this one scene, that just strikes me as kind of insane. Like, why isn't the whole fucking game this? Many examples of much better ideas happening in this game where... Do I even call it better ideas? It's all just stuff that Halo is. It's just... everything good in Halo, whenever it shows up, I'm like, yes, this should be the game, and then it gets put back away for more 343-isms, but yeah, look at these guys go. This is a video game man autonomous army battle, complete with, like, drop ships bringing the reinforcements in. That guy got stuck with a grenade and flew away. Yeah... I think you get the point. I would rather watch these guys than anything 343 do anything 343 consider worth my time. But this has to end at some point. Wait. Yeah, she's doing like Obammunist schizo flickers. She's turning into the girlfriend from Dead Space 2. What a dumb fucking game that was. Anyway, what were we doing? Do I get to participate in a battle?
Pull this off and actually get.
Isn't that some great drama? She doesn't want Halsey to know how bad she got. That's great. I really just don't give a fuck at all. I don't consider myself a callous person unmoved by drama. I find gunslinger girls very compelling. That's also about unnatural occurrences of dementia. And yeah, the way it registers in that work is almost like complete opposite to here. I would not be flippant and crude about Gunslinger Girl. I like it a lot, but the plight of Cortana, a character I did like in previous works just fine, I'm now just like offended at the idea I'm meant to care about anything that's happening right now. That's on 343. They're the ones making this. I'm not failing as an audience. I think I'm doing just fine. I'm the most serious audience these people will ever have. DMR. Yeah, why not? We'll keep cycling a little. We'll use this thing. Oh, we'll use a sword. How many swings do I get for 60% battery? Like 3? Can't have anything fun last for a long time, or else I wouldn't use Promethean night weapons, would I?
They found the composer.
Stop them, Chief! You can't let them tell him it's here!
Oh no, that whole big battle they were setting up happened without me.
Dr. Tilson.
And then I have to
composer's
drive this
location's
stupid
compromised.
fucking mech suit when I get out
Got
there.
to get that nuke down here.
It's not ready yet.
Ready or not, I need it now.
Okay, it's this time again, people. Get ready. Mantis!
They're throwing everything they've got at us.
And they give me a bunch of grunts to shoot first. We need the player to feel powerful at this point. We're just going to put a bunch of grunts there. You can just blow them away. He pushes the button and something awesome happens. Did it break, or does it just kind of like lock up when it takes damage? That's great. It just makes you stop playing the game for a moment. What a clever idea. Where am I getting shot from? I feel like I'm constantly taking too much damage to recharge my shields, but not to kill me. The way you charge rockets is very silly feeling in this thing. Yeah, you all know what it is. We saw this thing before. It's fucking dumb. There we go, shields. That poor Wraith just got dropped off sideways. I don't think I'm doing this too well, but I seem to be getting by just fine despite that. What shitty rockets. They couldn't hit that thing moving like such a low speed. Why is there so much like bloom on these space rocks? Are we getting like hit by the sun or whatever? Are they just gonna keep spawning? I don't remember if I was told what I'm trying to do at this point in the game. I'm really just not prompted to talk about anything interesting, and the game is just refusing to develop for us in any way that's of any interest. There's a lot of potential, again, in doing this kind of like, okay, you're in human territory under attack premise for a level. Like, a lot could happen from there, but yeah, we're just... I feel like they're trying to just make the least interesting payoff for everything they set up almost. Just, do I want to be doing this? No. This is very annoying because none of them can kill me, but they constantly just peck the shields off while I'm waiting for them to recharge. There we go. Shield's back. Not that I think it's doing anything, I just can't die in the OC power armor mech thing that can just fucking do everything better than all the stuff Bungie did. Who needs a warthog when we have this thing? How many times in this game have I driven a warthog with a crew member? Like one level, was that it? I feel like it may have been. Like that first level where they gave me the warthog, were there even Marines or was I just driving it? And then there's like the whole level where all the Spartans show up that just sucks, and then there's the Mammoth level, which is just pure missed potential. Am I meant to be going to Lift 3? Maybe I am, let's try that. They might have just been infinitely spawning. Oh, the Spartan laser is in this game. But what do I do with it? Seriously, I have no idea what I'm meant to be doing right now. I could just stick around and keep killing things, but it feels like the game would have given me some sign by now. Oh, okay, there's just a... just a little drop into the void waiting for me there. Let's just fire a Spartan laser for the sake of it. Oh, that sucked. That sucked too. Alright, Bungie are hitting me for making me get out of the OC robot, I get you. Not Bungie, 343. I have to keep piloting the, like, concept art guy's little, like, pet project. Yeah, I'm really into the works of Masamune Shido. There's a bit of, don't know if you've seen it, there's a bit of Ghost in the Shell in this design. I've seen anime. Great.
Where's the warhead? Dr. Tilson.
Okay, so I do just have to keep killing things. What's the elevator platform? That could be a few places. That one? Okay, I was going in the right way, I just had to kill like one more thing. Isn't that fun? We're learning. Dynamic little scenario, you arrive, you get in the infinite armor kill machine that looks like shit. You fight like 3 things that float and can't hurt you. Then you get more Dr. Tilson. Start us up, Chief. Again, I hate that sound it makes.
Immense Casimir wave building outside the atrium.
Oh fuck, not a Casimir wave. Hey, fuck you. Okay, my gun didn't work.
Cortana, see if you can raise Tilson. Get me a status on the rest of the station. Cortana, I need that info. Look, don't think about the Didad. Don't think about the composer. Only focus
This is so
on finding
fucking
Tilson.
tedious.
Tilson. Sandra Kay. Female, 51 years of age. Doctor of Archaeology. Pagasti
I really think that before like the real obvious collapse with like libtards ideologically ruining things, people who thought they were trying just like forgot how drama works. Which is kind of... yeah. That's the whole problem. How can you think you're trying? Like, people don't even know what it means to, like, feel passion, and they're in charge of projects, and... yeah, they're like weird ersatz imitation of imitation feelings are just the tone of every project. Think of how far, like, tuned out of human experience you have to be to think this, like, Chief Cortana thing is a good idea. Like, nobody knows why anything of any interest to anybody was ever written in the first place at this point. It's all just, like, mad libs and imitation. This is what culture was in, like, 2012. It was worse than now in many ways. Tedious, tedious fucking game.
They've compromised the station's hull.
The Didact's taken the composer. Get these people to the evac centers.
Taken how?
Tap the flight deck. Find us something that can carry a payload.
Wait. Something's happening.
Suddenly this place looks a lot less wrecked just so we can have more people around. Which I suppose is fine if it's important for the scene.
Cortana, can you access the station's defense systems?
They're not responding.
Cortana!
Chief, it's...
Did their DNA just get regressed or whatever the fuck? Or did Chief's progressed DNA protect him? I'm sure the answer is obscene. Whatever it is. Yet the idea in Halo CE was obviously not that the Forerunner plan was to turn everyone into data to preserve them. That's fucking idiotic.
Are you okay? I monitored the data pulse. I could hear them. What was left of them?
We need to move.
Just video games from this era, Western ones, it's just an endless succession of
And more will follow
pointless,
if the Didact reaches Earth.
rootless, idiotic, imitated emotional beats that fucking fly at you like bricks.
Maybe even another Cortana model if Halsey lets them.
What the fuck is
That's
the point
not
of
going to
drama
happen.
in Frank O'Connor's mind? Does he
won't
find
be
this
me.
compelling, or does he just not understand human beings
You
and
know
thinks
that,
like,
right?
yeah, when you make a game, it has to have a drama scene because that's what it does. Like, he can't even understand the
Spinning
concept
up a
of being
broadsword in
moved
Hangar
or
C11.
interested.
Whatever the librarian did to you obviously worked.
I'm just,
Cortana,
at the moment, I'm just thinking,
it's not over.
I can't believe how
Not yet.
fucking pointless so much stuff is. Why does this game even have a fucking plot? What were they trying to do with it? Okay, was that a level? I feel like I'm low energy. I might just call it after the next cutscene. So I get to fly a plane. Sorry, Halo 4. We already did this in Reach and it wasn't even interesting. And this thing looks ugly compared to the ones in old Halo. Like, the long sword was like a stealth bomber in space. That was the whole idea of its design. What the hell is this? Again, it's got the, like, hind front end, and it's all just bulky because they just seem to be into that at 343. Like, no, let me fly the space stealth plane, but no, it's gotta be fat and rounded because different just out of spite, I suppose. Just a dumb, fucking ugly game. Its visuals are as fucking pointless as its story and its nonsensical, pseudo-emotional beats. This whole fucking thing, just how much has to go wrong in the world that Halo 4 is even possible? Jesus Christ.
Once we get on board, we'll find the bridge.
He's on the move again.
The fighter's shields aren't rated for slip space.
No, but the Didacs are.
Oh no, I don't even get to fly this thing. We just bounce into it, I suppose. Where is this nonsensical plot that has completely failed to develop or interest me going now?
Broadsword's hull integrity is
One
stable.
last shot, does
We'll
that
be
mean
safe
we're
as
almost
long as
done?
we stay below the Didac shields.
Well,
Where's the composer?
Close. I should be able to guide us to it.
you know what, let's just keep going. Fuck it. Fuck it. Ah, this is depressing. Let's end the game tonight.
Such inoculation should not have been possible.
Yeah, flying this feels terrible, by the way. Oh, I get the, like, multiplayer game Return to the Battlefield if I, fly up. Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is like a Lego Star Wars level I have to, like, blast through the gate as it's coming. Isn't that
Where's
nice?
the composer?
Close. I should be able to guide us to it.
Yeah, this thing feels terrible to handle. Oh no, it just opens this time, apparently.
He's at the composer. We can take them both out at once.
Oh, we can take out the composer, guys. Aren't you eager to do that? Fucking cape shit plot of the week. Yeah, I really am just... I don't have the energy to do this, but we're doing it.
Broadsword's hull integrity is stable.
As I was saying in all my meta comments on YouTube videos and recording yourself playing a game, this is as much about the Anthony experience as the game experience, and yeah, if you want to see what happens to me when I get miserable while playing a video game, well, here's your chance, your candid view of what being like really fucking depressed looks like, and using video games to kinda work through that. Really though, this game does like depress me. I just think like, God, what a pointless fucking world where this is possible. Like Halo 4 is like justifiable grounds for a revolution in my opinion. Like, okay, you let culture degenerate into this, just like idiots imitating idiots imitating idiots. Like, at what point does anything I would recognize as human come into this? We have to go back to Bungie. But that people can fall this far away, let alone be put in charge of things that are of even trivial importance. Yeah, Halo is important. Like, if Halo's not important, what is? Aside from, like, not dying day to day, I suppose. That weird guy on Twitter, Nemetz or whatever his name is, he did a funny thing recently that I agree with, where he talked about Warhammer 40k in relation to the war in Ukraine, because it's like a novel, like the Imperial Guard novels about the commissars and stuff, they were fond of that novel, so he wrote about it as like a relevant piece of culture in relation to the history being made right in front of us, and yeah, like, he's right. What do you, like, read to understand the 21st century and what's, like, going on in the minds of men, motivating them, what they care about, what they're interested in? Like, yeah, 40k is more relevant than whatever other, like, dog shit is officially important, and same goes for Halo, like, yeah, what's going on in, like, the mind of, like, an American soldier as they're, like, rolling into Iraq for the second time or whatever the fuck. They're, like, guys who played Halo and stuff. It means more to them than whatever dog shit was winning Best Picture at the Academy Awards those years. You know, like Crash or whatever. Again, like, Crash, so bad, so absurd that I would call it grounds for revolution. Oh yeah, I should be paying attention to the plot. So Lasky, he's the guy who gets it. He understands the situation, so we're coordinating with Lasky to stop the Didact, this existential threat that emerged 30 seconds ago. Isn't this great? Isn't this just like Star Wars 7? Oh no, the fucking Giga Death Star that blew up 4 planets is on the loose, and we need to stop it. And if we stop it, because it's 4 Death Stars, that means we're 4 times as important and beloved as characters. That's how this stuff works. Lasky, he's always gonna live on in our hearts and minds. We stopped the Didact with him. It's gonna reach the wire in 2 minutes, guys. This Star Fox level, I suppose this is this game's Warthog run, but it just feels like a Star Fox level in a bad way, not a good way. Star Fox Assault has a nice ending where you're in like a weird future tech tunnel run, only it's way better than this. I liked Star Fox Assault a lot. I wrote a review of that on Backlog. I think I've got that site linked properly in my YouTube channel if you want to read that. The battle group is fighting the Didact. Can I tilt this thing? Not really, I suppose. This just doesn't feel good to fly. Again, like Halo's engine doesn't really do flight, it does like hovering. So this really does feel like I'm just hovering rather than flying, with like a flat being forced forward effect. It feels bad, it's hard to explain. Are we above Earth? If someone said that, I wasn't even paying attention. I'm turning into that guy I knew who thought like, oh, there's a mothership or something. Well, not really. It's not that I'm like completely incapable of or oblivious to what's happening, I just don't fucking care. That's quite different, not why the mothership story fascinates me. Is that Earth? Probably. Anyway, this is the Star Wars 7 plot, we know what's happening. Oh, was I meant to move fast there? I'm recording all this stuff, I sure hope the recording is behaving itself, because I don't want to do this again. Oh, gee. Don't worry, if we finish this game, and I hope we are finishing it, it'll free me. I'll be able to show you things that, like, get me enthusiastic and bring interesting thoughts out of me. God, this looks fucking dumb. From the cradle.
Infinity, the Didact just closed off our entrance to the composer.
We could try punching a hole in that hull plating, but Infinity won't be able to get a clear shot with all that flak.
We'll take care of the guns.
Yeah, this is just Star Fox now. What a dumb fucking game this is. I really can't believe how it just keeps getting worse. It keeps finding new ways to disappoint me.
Whatever you're doing's working. Clear up the approach and Infinity can drop in to punch a hole for you.
Yeah, it's you've got to play a vital role here, don't worry. They like you at 343, Lasky. You're going to be Chief's most essential second hand in all of this, I'm sure. I seem to remember this guy coming up in Halo Infinite as well when I played this game. Like, he's helping the Chief in the start scene, and like all the logs you find are about Lasky saving everyone on the ship when you got knocked away. And I didn't really know who he was, so I had no reason to be like extremely pissed off at him during Infinite. I didn't listen to the logs really, because they're fucking boring.
Last one. Infinity, you're clear.
Halo Infinite is pointless, but not offensively so. It doesn't... It learned by that point to just stay out of the fucking way and just give you, like, the minimal level of Halo it has to begrudgingly accept that they know you want. God, what the fuck is this, like, visual, this scene? Oh, you just gotta have such a cool line there. Give the Didact our regards. Oh yeah, tell him what our buddy Lasky said.
I don't think this is going to end well.
God, what a... Do you get what I mean when I say the progress of this game is so fucking weird with like no structure to it?
Now what do we do?
Like we wake up in the ship, then we just get thrown into like 3 random places. We fight the didact in a couple of places. We go to the station, now we're here, and apparently the game is ending. The didact had like one scene to lay out who he is, and he didn't really explain anything. I suppose we're about to kill him in like 5 minutes. What the fuck is this guy? Oh yeah, there's a DMR and a battle rifle. It's very weird how there's like 2 styles of UNSC gun, or 3. Like these are white and they feel like they were made to be wielded by the retarded like cushion padding safety men. And then there are guns that are like black and green and gray. It's just a mess. Halo CE, there's none of that. Oh god, I have to fight fucking Promethean Knights. Yeah, they have to... They're so important. They have to steal the show at the end, don't they? Something that would be cool if they had any taste about it is that there's a lot more like junk HUD elements here, which are just like Master Chief visuals, I suppose, but also the data is so pointless it wouldn't be there in like a real way. Like, I just mean look on the right where it says nuclear device acquired. Like, that's such pointless information, but pointless like visual graphic information I think is generally a good thing. Just you have to have some fucking taste about it. Like, that doesn't look cool sitting on my screen, it's just kind of junk. It's not like random gibberish that comes up in like an anime OP when they just write random English shit on the screen. God, that looked dumb. The way he like farted that thing out. Go, Hollow Duke. Oh, these things, great. I fucking hate the way these guns work. I hate everything about this game. Like, I get it, I think now that, like, yeah, it's made out of data, so, like, it just floats and stuff, and it's like a gun 3D printed out of floating information. But that's fucking stupid, let's be real. All of these doors being red doesn't tell me where I'm meant to go. Like, I'm looking for the blue one, but no, it's just a random spread of blue and orange detail. Is this meant to be a maze or a 343 just fucking retarded? Oh, is the idea that No, I don't think it absorbs projectiles. I think it's just a really ineffective grenade. Go! That was fun.
I recommend entering the path to your left.
Why do you recommend that? Whatever.
I won't leave you, I promise.
Take care of you.
Still good for something. I detected an energy signature ahead. I think it's a transit system like on Requiem. Find a way to access it.
It's really good that I was reading Gunslinger Girl before this, just because it's basically the same plot done, like, excellently to contrast with this fucking disaster. Really, read or watch? I suppose the animes are right too. Gunslinger Girl, it's a very good piece of work. I like it a lot.
This is the secret you've kept from me. This evolved ancillary.
Didact knows I'm in the system. Hurry, go!
Okay, I get to fight the fucking goblin dog things again. That's great. Oh yeah, someone said something funny recently that the
I sense your malfunctioning companion, human. And yet, she eludes me.
I have not cared about a single fucking thing this guy has said all game. The trailer for that new Naughty Dog game, which was so, like, retardedly stock looking, I can't remember what it was called. Someone said that the like robot that showed up at the end was a Promethean Knight, and I thought that was funny because, yeah, that's what it fucking is. It's a Promethean Knight. And that made me think how, like, yeah, a lot of games were basically doing Promethean Knights. It's like a primal but sci-fi design, and like, yeah, like the Horizon Zero Dawn robots, they're kind of Promethean Knights too, aren't they? Damn, that's so compelling. I don't fucking care in the slightest. Yeah, like, when was it I played Halo 2, 3, and ODST, and Reach all in a run? That was like last year or something. It's not impossible to find Halo at least, like, charming and interesting, even if it's not, like, high, cerebral, like, deeply moving stuff that's gonna blow your mind. Like, I wasn't, like, pissed off playing any of the Bungie Halo games. If anything, I was constantly thinking, like, yes, they did a good job with this piece. Like, this is good. I like this. This is good, like, entertaining sci-fi stuff. This is very, very nice stuff. I really like every Bungie game. I like ODST. I even like 3. I like Reach. They have lower points, and I think Combat Evolved is the high point, but yeah, my controller keeps disconnecting. I don't know what's up with that. But, oh, fuck me. They just love their Promethean Knights. They send me back to 0 against them. What was I saying anyway? Yeah, I'm never, like... Maybe I'm just not that serious about video games in general, so it's hard for me to care that much, but I'm not going to get angry, and I'm not going to, like, disrespect what's there aggressively just for the sake of it. Like, this really is bad for a video game, like, catastrophically so. I might play Halo Wars next. Would you guys be interested in Halo Wars? I like that game. And it opens the door to talk about a lot of things which are more interesting than the game itself, but, you know, it can prompt me and it can be interesting on its own terms, and while it's got a lot wrong with it, it's not this. It's not just like looking at the ghost of Obama in the face. This is just pure, like, time machine. I'm back in 2012. I'm in, like, high school. I'm surrounded by the fucking goons and ghouls, and there's no escape, and there is no, like, higher existence to, you know, alleviate any of the pressure. The world is just Halo 4 in all directions forever. Barry Soweto victory. What was that guy firing? That, like, weird gun that just explodes me so quickly. No, don't bring out even more robots for me to fight. Yeah, I still can't tell if these guys have shields or not. They're just so, like, weird, gibberish, visually coded. I don't know, like, what I'm doing to them at any given point in time. Like, why did he do that roar at me? Does that mean I heard him? I can't fucking tell. They're just ugly, busy, muddy, visual gibberish. I really hate everything about this game. This will probably be a very low-effort edit where I'll just tune the sound down low the whole way, because I don't think anything anyone is saying at any point is worth listening to. If you want the dialogue, you can read subtitles, I'm sure. Incinerator cannon. Sure, let's take 2 big, ugly, retarded weapons.
Hurry! I can't control what my processes are doing. The stronger threats keep reprioritizing themselves over me.
What about the didact?
I can't hide much longer. I'll try to move you to the composer again.
This layout of, like, random weapons feels very nonsensical. Like, is the idea that, like, the didact is freaking out and, like, throwing random shit at me? I don't know. This just feels so low effort. Like, they didn't even care. They're just like, fuck it. Human guns, alien guns, and of course a full Promethean Knight arsenal. It's all just gonna fucking spawn in here, why not? And a brute hammer. We put that in multiplayer because people like it, but we couldn't work it into the game because we're retarded. I'll use it once for the sake of it. That wasn't very fun. How many more things can I get away with hitting with this? Yeah, take that shitty game, you get hammered. Well, that sucked. What a, like, weird, retarded looking reload. Like, my gun just kinda, like, has to cringe really hard to recharge. Oh, god damn it. I have to kill more things now. I don't care, it's not fun to fire these guns or fight these things. This is like the opposite of what Halo should be, where I just got an achievement for killing 100 knights. That's how long it's been. Anyway, this is like opposite of like Halo CE and what any good game should be, where like the whole core of the game and something that should just be inherently fun in any depiction is anti-fun. That being the violence, I just don't like it at all. I don't look forward to getting into a fight in this game. It's not like something basically fun to the point I can do it regardless of context. I am very aggressively noticing the time that is passing in fights. That's when you know a game has overstayed its welcome, when like the game part is like pain for you. Get over here, you shit. Yeah, the hammer's fun for a moment, but it's gonna run out. I don't want to hold him off, that's fucking boring. Tower defense, go fuck yourself, game. Look at this stupid fucking shooting gallery. Who enjoys this? What a dumb fucking game. Look how dumb this room looks. Laid out just to make this happen. Oh my god, it really is tower defense. Okay, I need another gun. I knew there'd be some retarded rack full of Promethean night guns for me. What an obscenely ugly, dumb fucking game. Look at this whole scenario we've gotten into, this Tron room full of like lasers and robot dogs and this dumb fucking gun in my hands. This is meant to be Halo. And if not Halo, at least like, why would anyone like this? You know, like, I'm not really a stickler for rules or canon. I think that Resident Evil 4 is a fantastic piece of work that was obviously made with like no regard for being Resident Evil. It's just God Hand with guns and that's great. But what the hell is this? This is like cheap Lambrusca wine guy making Tron Legacy with like proto-trauma rape victim therapy plot, and they're using Halo as a base. Just why? Why are things this fucking dumb happening all around us all the time? Okay, now what? Let's see what happens if I run past them all and just jump into the thing. Oh god, I'm auto-aiming so hard. Whee! Is the game over now? Am I free? Come on.
How do we get over there?
Conveyor, end of the ramp. If we time it right, our momentum should carry us through the
Old
way-
friends.
Chief, once that warhead is primed, the window for getting out of here is going to be...
What was that thing? This whole scene just looks dumb. This really does look like something out of Star Wars 7. Didact is a J.J. Abrams villain who just kind of like talks down without actually saying anything. Retard's idea of what like a sinister evil person is. What are those carrying? Sentinels? Sentinels look much better than Promethean Knights. You know, that never even occurred to me. Are they meant to actually look like Sentinels, not their own thing? Are these people just such, like, retards that they think they're doing the Forerunner look? I don't know. Alright, I guess the hammer had a good run. Promethean vision. I remember that looking terrible. Yeah, we'll use that too. These guns will end the fights quicker so we can get to the end of the fucking game. Let me check the recording. Yeah, it looks like we're on. So that's him, he's just like waving at me from in there. That's great, that's great. He looks so fucking dumb. It's like in Majora's Mask where you can see the Skull Kid like flipping you off from on top of the clock tower, only terrible in every way.
I've got to do something you're not going to like.
That's nice. This is so much like Dead Space 2 now. Make us whole!
I ejected my rampant personality spikes into the system. If I do that at each of those beams, the copies can overwhelm the composer's shield. Get ready!
It's very ahead of its time that the whole like plot of this game is just like weaponizing insane retarded woman power. Like that's a real thing that can actually be done. Like, these people somehow, they could just feel it in the air that their time was running short and the future was going to be screaming women for some reason. You know, Trump wasn't running for president, but they were doing this. They were reading the room. They were predicting the present, as we say. Is this whole video just like abysmal? Is nobody going to watch it? I don't know. If you're like still watching at this point, let me know in the comments. I'm curious how much patience you people have for me. Just like genuinely playing as I am. Is this video me becoming one of those like weird, bizarre YouTube recommendations where you get told to watch a video by like some warehouse slave just like playing a Call of Duty campaign for 6 hours straight with 2 views? Uploaded yesterday. Jose Fernandez 97 playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 campaign part 3. Is this becoming one of those channels? Are we that sad yet? Is there any appeal left in this? I don't know. But really, what the fuck am I meant to say? Look at what's in front of me. Look at how aggressively retarded and pointless this game is. And I think that we've done our big, like, aesthetic exploration of what Halo 4 is in comparison to Halo CE, and now it's just... Look how J.J. Abrams everything about this game is. I'm kinda still in awe, I just don't get it. And just terrible video game tropes all over. Yeah, make the guy teleport, make him like tiny wall-climbing goblins, just obnoxious shit every stupid for the sake of it video game does. More like random Jak and Daxter 2 details, please. I'm gonna kill Didact. What else have we got? I haven't looked close at these things because they don't leave bodies. Look how fucking dumb they look. My god. Like, it's like a frilly bug. Why did they... What were they thinking, really? Let's just, like, pause the screen on this guy. Do you like that? Is there any appeal to this? He threw the world's shittest grenade at me. He doesn't like me shit talking how dumb he looks. Do you see that he has like little black arms coming out under his like big, like grey arms? Like his body has two like little beady bug arms below the main ones that hold his weapons. God, what an ugly, stupid fucking design. Nothing in this game means anything, so it's very much freed in that sense of like, you have no reason to be faithful to any particular direction. It's entirely like visually just whatever the fuck because nothing means anything to you people. And they choose to make it this dumb. What does that mean? Like, why did you make it like a retarded looking like crimply, shrimpy, like bug beetle man that farts more robots out his back? Like, I can explain why certain things in Halo CE look like why they do. Like, why do the grunts look retarded? Because they're like, you know, the Covenant are an Imperial faction. They contain many peoples within them, and the grunts are like very deliberately, like obviously telling you that like, yes, there's hierarchy here, and these guys are the bottom. And what does that mean? Like, you know, they're able to use that idea to inform their design. Whereas like, why are they bugs? Are they saying anything about bug-likeness? I don't think so. You need to hold on to your humanity, Chief, by pretending you care about retarded, vapid fucking plotting like this. Just retarded, cheap melodrama where people just like sob at you over nothing. That's the Obama universe. Go watch the movie Precious and say that you're really thinking hard about it. It made you think a lot. That's what it means to have your humanity. The Didact's Promethean Knights would not be interested in the movie Precious. If you were to show it to them, they would be confused. Not like you got it, you thought. Cheap Lambrusco wine guy, I bet he thought real hard after seeing Precious. It made quite an impression upon him. If you don't know that movie, that's the movie with, what's her name, like Monique in it, the movie about the fat black woman who is very unfortunate and bad things happen to her. What a silly movie. That's almost like peak Obama cinema. Up there with like The Revenant, Birdman, Spotlight. What other dog shit was coming out around that time? I don't know, we were living in hell. What an unfun gun. What am I even trying to do? Why am I up here? Hey, a gun. What else have we got? This thing sucks, but I'll take it anyway. Whee! They really like this, like... Okay, you have to revolve around a bunch of, like, side points thing, but they don't get why Halo did that, like how it was all about like this pseudo-myth level structure of like things are going to carry over between them, you see the next thing in the distance. It's like you're doing a whole like job of like organically linked stuff but given structure by them. It's almost meant to be like the open world, as they call it, of Metal Gear Solid 5 is like the intention with how a Halo level is set out. Do you understand if, like, the second level where you land on the ring in Halo CE is sort of like a crypto Metal Gear Solid 5 layout where, like, all the stuff you're meant to do is mostly just, like, laid out for you to find, and you just kinda, you know, it's all open. You just, like, come across it and do whatever makes sense to you. And the beauty of, like, having more stuff set out and, like, it's all in different orders. It's like you do a sequence of things. It feels more like that. Whereas like doing a whole like giant indoor thing where you're doing the same thing the whole time, it's like very linear and ugly, and there's no like pretense that you're exercising any kind of like ingenuity or freedom here. This might as well be corridors, even though they still superficially lay it out like oh, there's going to be like 3 successive things you have to do. Like, I don't think they understand why that happened, but they still kind of structure levels like that just out of like a sense that that's a vaguely Halo thing they should try to not fuck up too hard. Sorry if I've explained that poorly. My patience is running rather thin. Oh, just fucking die. How far back does that set me? Oh, that's just fucking beautiful. And all these look the same, so I don't even know how far back we just went. Are we even on like the last one we were at, or is this like the one before that? Like we have to do this and then jump and... Yeah, we got killed like up there. That was probably the end of the fucking level. These guys with the like incinerator launchers, they aren't interesting to fight, but they do just like one-shot you quite quickly. They're like Rocket Flood, only worse in my opinion. Like the Halo CE rocket runs on like the kind of nonsense wuxia physics I like, where it looks faster than it is because of stuff like the smoke trail. Whereas this incinerator cannon is like a genuinely fast weapon in a way that feels like terrible. Did they put these weapons in Halo 4's multiplayer? I'd be interested in knowing if like they were hated and like no one used Promethean night weapons but they tried to force them. That would be quite funny to me. Yeah, you can see how little of a fuck I give about this. I've been kind of wondering all game, like, how the fuck do these dog things fire? And I could see during the death cam there that they just kind of like, their faces like bark lasers, like presumably the gun is built into them. That's slightly funny. It could be expanded into something that actually looked funny or interesting if like humans were making this game. Oh god, it just keeps going, I don't care. How long is this video gonna be? This is a fucking ordeal. This is, Jesus fucking Christ, I don't care. Stop acting like this is a fight. These things are just chores. Oh god, I'm all the fucking way back down here. Yeah, you hear the mood I'm in. This is important. I was saying, like, back in the early CE episodes that, like... I may have gotten it out again since then, that, like... Another element that's missing is, like, how people actually react to games going through them. In addition to just, like, being prompted by them rather than just living in their own heads. This is an essential part of the Halo 4 experience. Like, you know, it's... specifically the Anthony with Halo 4 one, but, you know, when you watch this video, you're getting how someone actually reacts to this fucking game, and I'm not, like, playing this up for the camera or whatever. This is just me taking it as it comes. If you think I'm more interesting than other people when it comes to experiencing video games, well, yeah, here's a potentially valuable experience for you. Here is me reacting to something I don't like. This is me just, as it comes, encountering something that I'm not enjoying. You ever wonder that, like with a movie critic you admire or something? Like, what's it like to be in the theater with this guy when he's having like a fucking terrible time? With games, with projects like this, we can show you. If you're thinking, wow, the Antoine de Smith from Backlog, what's it like playing a game with this guy? Does he ever get like angry? What's going through his head when he plays these games? Well, now you know. This is what the smartest man on Backlogged gets like when he's having a fucking terrible time with a video game. And yeah, my reaction to Halo hopefully makes it more interesting for those of you who would otherwise never play it, but, you know, if you're watching these videos or kind of half watching while you're doing other stuff, whatever, this is a way to salvage something out of this game's existence. It might not be interesting as is, but it's another angle through which to appreciate me. And we all know why I'm interesting. Oh, fuck me. Don't kill me again. I have to get to the end of this level at some point. Yeah, I really hate this fucking gun. I just realized what the music is doing at this point. Listen. is this shit? Jesus. Like, look up Halo 4 soundtrack after this, why don't you? And just listen to some tracks and see if you get any impression of personality from it, or like if any of it fits anything that they might have been going for. Like, just there, I heard it and I thought that was like really, really bad, even though it was like understated and not doing much of anything. Just crap. Okay. Stupid fucking dog things, and all my guns don't want to kill them. Fucking die, will you? Shields come back. Oh, we got tickled, we have to wait again. Yeah, if you talk to someone from RPG Codex, what just happened there is 99% of every single Halo game. Oh, that's the guy with that thing. Yeah, that's fun. Oh boy, it happened again. Was that on me? You decide. You feel free to tell me in the comments, hey Anthony, you play like dog shit and made this drag out longer. Well, I genuinely thought I saw that guy fire a smaller gun. I didn't realize it was that guy again, and yeah, if you get close to him, like, because the game just drained all your longer range weapons and won't drop new ones, yeah, I gotta get close to him, and if you get close to that guy, he just fucking rapes you, because he's got that thing and there's not really a counter when he pulls it at close range. Like, these little dogs just want to drop off like a million suppressors for me. So I have to use this crappy excuse for a gun, this Overwatch prop. Speaking of Overwatch, did you see that Marvel made a game that's just Overwatch with comic book characters? You might call that kind of a Thor element in culture, that like, they've just admitted that like all of their things are shit and they're just stealing from like a crass populist premise with a big name brand. Like, that's approaching making like a fun movie almost. Like, do I admire Overwatch? No, but like, you know, Marvel just like knelt to what is successful among nerds. You know, nerds in quotes. Do I think people who play Overwatch are really notably different to normal people? No, but they're at least like the new model normal person with like slightly more going on inside them. Like the slightly weirder edge of normal. Yeah. There are places I could take that discussion if I cared more. We're just killing time until we get this guy. Did I kill him? This music again, if you listen to it, just sounds wrong and terrible. Whatever, let's just get in the thing. Is this the last level? Feels like shit. The way he's still just floating there looks so dumb. I can't tell what's happening right now. That like giant swirling red mass looks so J.J. Abrams Star Trek. Look at him just floating there. Oh, can't wait to clear like another 4 platforms. Okay, so this one, then the next one, and then I get to go in and like kill this guy and end the game. The way they like throw that grenade looks so fucking dumb as well. Okay, let's get this over with. What is this? Why am I here? Did I just beat the game? Was that it? Just like fighting 2 knights and walking up to this thing? Oh, that's merciful. That, like, grey rifle viewed in the third person in his hands just looks so fucking dumb. Okay, hopefully the game's ending. I can put the controller down, drink my cold coffee, and just reflect on how fucking dumb this is for a minute and heckle this cutscene.
You persist too long after your own defeat.
You persist too long after your own defeat. What, like, junk, verbose dialogue, like... The person who wrote that thought he was writing Hannibal Lecter, like he thinks, yeah, that's how a super intelligent guy talks. Do I have to fight this guy, or is it a cutscene? I remember people always bitch about this game's ending, but I can't remember why. This guy in armor looks terrible, by the way. Like all these glowing orange details and like interlocking, like shiny, like, no, not shiny, like just clean plastic plates, just junk. I just realized his teeth, the way they sit in his face, and that looks fucking dumb. How is he carrying the Master Chief, by the way? Okay, so I guess the premise is that light bridges are made out of data, rather than light.
For mankind is misplaced.
I'm not doing this for mankind.
It's not a light bridge, it's a data bridge, and because Cortana got turned into fragmented data, she can dive out of it. Whatever, this is still fucking dumb. The bridges are meant to be made out of light, not data. This idea of, like, physically manifesting data is so fucking dumb. Anyway, is the game ending? Oh, I have to pick up the controller? Okay, then. God, what an ugly, obscenely fucking dumb game. Oh, of course, it has to be ended with one of these grenades. Okay, I didn't actually pull the trigger there to see what had happened, and that's really funny that he can just kill me. But anyway, I'll use the, like, shitty 343 grenade to end the game. God, how is this meant to feel like a payoff or a climax? Like, nothing happened in this fucking game. It was such a poorly conceived mess. And he died because the 343 grenade is so fucking epic, their weapon had to carry the day, of course. These people are such... Oh, I'm gonna get, like, banned from YouTube for saying that, aren't I? I really have to find that in post now, don't I? How much other stuff have I said that's illegal in this video? I don't know, hopefully just that was it, because I can remember to stop that part at least. Okay, detonate the bomb. And the data bridge became a data shield sphere.
Cortana, do you read?
So I think the idea was they would kill Cortana in this game with this whole, like, big going senile then dying plot, and that somehow degenerated into this. And then in Halo 5 they brought Cortana back, and then in Halo Infinite they killed her again, and replaced her with an identical character. And yeah, now we're probably going back to remaking the first game because...
How?
Yeah, that's what happens when idiots take over.
But if we're here...
It worked.
Again, grounds for a revolution.
You did it. Just like you always do.
So that whole, like, thing that they introduced, like, an hour ago in normal game
So how do we
time,
get out of here?
which was, like, the biggest threat in human history, we just blew it up. We did it. Like, this
I'm not
big
coming with
exhausted
you this time.
payoff. But it was so quick and cheap. This whole game, like...
Ocean is down there.
We just set up the Forerunners and then blew them
I
up
only held
in the
enough
space of
fat to
one
get you off
game.
the
That's
ship.
so fucking
No.
dumb.
That's not... We go together.
It's already done.
It's already done. Oh no.
I am not leaving you here.
John.
This is so
I've waited so long
unearned.
to do that.
Like the
It
big
was my job to take care
Cortana
of
dying payoff. If that's
We were
something
supposed
anyone
to
wants
take
to
care
do,
of
let
each other.
343 do it.
And we
After
did.
making this much of a shit show of everything prior.
Cortana,
Very dumb. Like, are you buying this? Even though it's mostly built on stuff that was written by smarter people, do you care about this zine? Does this feel like it was written by people who could actually move anybody with anything they've created? Like, it really should go without saying in retrospect, but at the time it was hard to read. Like, fucking nothing that we were meant to care about in American culture or whatever resonated around this time. Like, basically nothing. It was all as stupid and puerile and, like, psychotically incompetent as this. Halo 4 really just brings me back, and you know, it looks like culture's falling apart and getting worse, but like, no, it's getting healthier. Like, you really have to like please people or die now. There's no more like TV brained, like, people will just accept shit like that as drama. I just got a bunch of achievements. I've beaten every Halo Master Chief Collection campaign on normal now. Okay, so this is our last level that's a cutscene. I can actually put the controller down now. Yeah, if you ask like Grums or something, who's that guy who the libtards hate on Twitter? He'll say like, yeah, the problem with Halo 4 is that the final boss was a quick time event. That's there's a faction of gamers who they want that to be your like big Thor moment, where it's like, yeah, we're going back. We're not gonna have quick time event bosses at the end of games, which are still functionally Halo 4. Okay, there you can see all the like Marines in the white padding armor. Yeah, it doesn't look good in this cutscene either. I don't know what they were thinking. Even in what's meant to be like the ideal form, this game just looks terrible. How long is this going to go for? I really have no idea what like happened in this game, like during the Star Fox level. Like, what happened to the Infinity? I don't fucking know. Like, did they do something? Did Earth get like half nuked? I don't know. Okay, here's Lasky to fill us in. Great. My favorite guy.
Mind if I join you?
Oh yeah, if anyone gets the Master
course not,
Chief,
sir.
it's Lasky. They
At
have
ease,
history.
Feels kinda odd for you to call me sir.
Yeah, Bungie never presumed to write anybody this familiar with the Chief, but Cortana.
Beautiful, isn't
Now
she?
look at this.
I don't get to see her often enough. I grew up in New Harmony. Attended Corbulo Military Academy.
Yeah,
Never
now
saw
they're
Earth
like
in person
jerking
till I
off
was
their
an
own
adult, but-
shit movie they made.
I still think of her as home.
Yeah, I want to play like a game I don't have as much to say about and that I might slightly enjoy.
You don't
I
talk
think
much, do you?
Halo Wars will come next. I think we might enjoy that. God, this game is a fucking trial, isn't it?
Chief, I won't pretend to know how you feel. I mean, I've lost people I care about, but
Again, like,
never anything like you're
this is
going through.
drama, but I don't think anybody even
Our
knew what the
duty
point of
as
drama
soldiers
was
is
in
to
America
protect
at this point in
humanity.
time.
Whatever
Like,
the
what is the
cost.
point of this? I can just keep asking that and there's no answer.
You say that
Like, culture
soldiers
just
and
needs to be,
humanity are
like,
two different
shocked
things.
by, like, I don't know, read,
Soldiers
like,
aren't machines.
Umineko, show that to all the teenagers so they realize,
they're just
like,
people.
hey, wow, like, right, serious emotion scenes in art can actually, like, feel like
I'll let you have the
something.
deck to yourself.
People know that now because we have access to Japanese shit through the internet, so, you know, thankfully it's over for stuff like this. This was received poorly when it came out, like, you know,
She
mixed
said that to me
reviews,
once.
which means dog shit, but, you know, it was all just like
About being a
Grum's core,
machine.
like, too many quick time events and microtransactions in multiplayer. That's what went wrong here. Being a machine, yeah, that was never the... Yeah, I didn't trust you. You were forced on us, 343. Suppose I bought the game, eventually. But that whole line at the end there about being a machine, that was never what the Master Chief's story was about. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's idiotic.
In this hour of victory, we taste only defeat. I ask why. We are forerunners, guardians of all that exists.
What the fuck is this?
The roots of the galaxy have grown deep under our careful tending. Where there is life, the wisdom of our countless generations has saturated the soil. Our strength is a luminous sun towards which all intelligence blossoms, and the impervious shelter beneath which it has prospered. I stand before you, accused of the sin of ensuring Forerunner ascendancy, of attempting to save us from this fate where we are forced to
Again, it's
receive.
generic villain babble where, like, thematically that
Humanity
is what
stands
Halo is
as
about,
the
but
greatest threat in the
rendered into
galaxy.
this form it doesn't make any
Confusion to
fucking
eradicate
sense,
them
and
is a fool's gambit.
this is just like
We
an
squander
idiot's
eons in the
idea of
darkness,
soaring
while they
language
seize
now.
our triumphs for their own. The mantle of responsibility for all things belongs to Forerunners.
The idea
alone.
like who is worthy to rule was always at the heart of Halo, but
Think
it
of
was
my
about the
acts
differences between the
as you
Covenant
will,
and humanity, and now that it's,
but
you
do
know,
not doubt the
about
reality.
the Forerunners as a distinct
The
race,
reclamation
this cape shit
has
conflict,
already begun.
this literally just doesn't make any fucking
And
sense
we are
anymore.
hopeless to stop it.
No one can explain, like, why. Just, it doesn't mean anything now. It's cape shit, but when this idea of, you know, who is a rightful ruler between humanity as depicted in old Halo and the Covenant, that went places. I can say things about that. It wasn't just complete fucking, you know, cape shit dreck where they just pull things out of the trope box and stitch them together Mad Lib style. Alright, you get how I feel about this game by now. I really don't fucking like it, so we're going to call it there. I'm going to give this a minimal edit, and I think we might try to hit the ground running tomorrow with a more pleasant game. Sorry if this was just like low energy misery, but again, well, that's part of the whole, like, human experience of a video game firsthand. You can, watch this and feel along with me just how viscerally unpleasant Halo 4 is. Again, that was my first time playing it at all, not even just a little bit before now. And now I can say I've seen it the whole way through, and Jesus, what an ideal. I really hate that whole era and everything about it deeper than I knew I did. That game for me is the cheap Lambrusco wine video for Sam Hyde. That was really just like everything I hate about humanity kind of condensed into one experience, and I subjected myself to it for science. Jesus, that was rough, but now I can say I did it, and I've got all that in my head to inform future judgments, ideas, and theories. We won't say it was worthless. While you were watching me, I was watching the world through Halo 4, and yes, the picture is just a bit more filled in and elaborate now. I can say that that time wasn't wasted, it was just hard on me. We'll call it here. I hope you got more enjoyment out of that than I did. And yeah, we'll try to do something entertaining next time, something at least somewhat good. So that was Halo 4, thank you for watching.